Hogwarts Legacy was a massive success. As of November 2024, WB announced it had sold more than 30 million copies. But as of late, things haven't looked so great for WB Games as a whole. Bloomberg's Jason Schreier recently spoke with Kinda Funny Games and shared plenty of tidbits on what's next for Hogwarts Legacy. He also talked about WB Games and their recent struggles. Just last month, they officially canceled the Wonder Woman title from Monolith Productions. Not only that, the 31-year-old studio behind the Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor games was closed. They also announced the once promising live service title Multiverses will shut down permanently in May. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions could be soon to follow, as reports indicate it's underperformed significantly, despite some diehard fans, like me, really enjoying the title. And of course, we all know about the Suicide Squad flop, which fell well short of WB's expectations. So where does that leave Hogwarts Legacy, Avalanche Software, and even this YouTube channel? Well, in the interview with Kinda Funny, Schreier says that while nothing is ever guaranteed in the gaming industry, Avalanche Software remains in a good position with WB. And despite many quotes from WB leadership about a large push into live service titles, he doesn't believe the company is planning to go all in on games as a service.
They're not games as a service. I mean, Hogwarts 2 is not going to be like a game as a service. Like Batman from our city is not going to be a game as a service. Wonder Woman wasn't going to be a game as a service. So the concerns, this is not a company that is like going all in on game as a service. They're going all in on those big franchises.
He also said that this games as a service mandate actually became a focus long before more recent comments from current CEO David Zaslav. In fact, it started long before Zaslav even took over the company. Now, despite all this, Schreier believes there's a ray of hope that WB can turn things around. He mentioned there had been plenty of frustration within the company towards WB Games executive David Haddad. Now, news broke in January that Haddad would be leaving the company after more than a decade as the head of the games division, a decade where they mostly struggled to turn a profit. Hogwarts Legacy was the one major success. Without it, Haddad would have likely been removed even sooner.
I think a lot of people all across the org, studio heads all across WB are not exactly crying to see Haddad go, to see a regime change there. I think there was a lot of frustration towards him.
Schreier reports that WB will take its time to find his successor. For now, JB Perrette, CEO and president of Global Streaming and Games, will be the man in charge. Like Zaslav, Perrette has also spoken about the potential of games as a service. WB has had plenty of ideas for a Harry Potter live service title, but for now, they remain just that. In fact, Schreier even called them fantasies at the moment. Now, Schreier also believes that many of these public quotes are mostly just executives saying what shareholders want to hear, opposed to some company-wide mandate to shift their entire focus over to games as a service. So at this point, it seems safe to say that Hogwarts Legacy 2 is full swing in development and that it's not being developed for live service, which is certainly music to the ears of most fans. This should give us all hope that the sequel will give Avalanche the freedom to take the foundation they built with Hogwarts Legacy and expand upon it even further. While it may certainly end up being a better game than the first, even WB realizes it will be very difficult for the sequel to outperform it in sales.
I get the sense that someone like Perrette is smart enough to recognize that that's not going to happen, but I think their standards are going to be pretty high. Like, these are all going to be big investments that they expect to be billion-dollar franchises or billion-dollar games. Like, I don't think they are going to settle for like a game that sells 2 million copies. So we'll see what that looks like.
Now, even with a sequel in development, Schreier continues to say that a Hogwarts Legacy Definitive Edition with DLC is coming. He's now reported on this multiple times, as has Tom Henderson from Insider Gaming. With those being two of the more reliable industry insiders, it seems pretty safe to say the Definitive Edition is real. Henderson's report said it will likely be sold separately as a DLC add-on to those who currently own the game, in addition to a standalone purchase for new players with all DLC included. He also expects it to have around 10 to 15 hours of new content, including a new story quest, side quests, activities, and outfits. Unfortunately, we haven't had any official confirmation that a DLC or Definitive Edition is happening. Hogwarts Legacy is now more than 2 years old and has received a handful of updates from Avalanche along the way. In 2024, they released a free summer update as a thank you to fans. The standout feature there was a new photo mode. They also released a surprising update in January 2025 that brought official mod support to Hogwarts Legacy for the first time. Partnering with CurseForge, this update made mods incredibly easy to install with an in-game menu and no extra software required. It's added a ton of replayability to the game with new cosmetics, quests, even gameplay balance changes. We've done several streams here and it's amazing how much this can fundamentally change the game. Unfortunately, this update is only available on PC, at least at the time of this recording. While recent popular titles like Baldur's Gate 3 have brought mods over to consoles, there hasn't been any indication from WB if Hogwarts Legacy will follow in those footsteps. It's worth pointing out that mods being available on consoles certainly isn't the norm. There are more approvals needed to get these types of updates okayed by console manufacturers like Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. Now, even with these updates, Avalanche has never said they're done with the first game. Hogwarts Legacy community manager Chandler Wood even outright stated the team was looking into adding a new Game Plus mode. Now, here on this channel, if you've been following us for a while, then you'll know that we've covered all of these updates along the way. But if I'm being honest here, I think it's time we need to make some changes. Back in 2020, when I started YouTube, I had no idea what I was doing. I just made videos about the games I was playing and enjoying at the time. When Hogwarts Legacy was announced, though, everything changed. Even as I had other videos take off for games like Animal Crossing, covering Hogwarts Legacy is really where I started to see a community growing here. As interest in the game grew, so too did our channel. That very same Harry Potter fandom I had been part of as a kid was now coming together and boarding the hype train for this new game set in the Wizarding world. All of this culminated with the actual release of Hogwarts Legacy and me having an incredible opportunity to go hands-on with the game early, courtesy of the folks over at WB. The preview video I made then remains my most viewed video ever. Now, I knew views and interest were guaranteed to drop significantly after the game's release. After all, as much as I love Legacy, it's not a game like Minecraft or Fortnite with endless content opportunities. But the thing is, I had grown to love YouTube over these years of making content. It was like all the skills and learnings that I've had my whole life fit perfectly with content creation. And building this community here has been one of the most amazing things that I've ever done in my life. And Hogwarts Legacy helped put me in an incredible position to be able to do this full time. In order to keep doing this full time, however, I've realized I need to make some changes to keep in line with what's currently working and not working on YouTube. You probably haven't noticed because YouTube really only shows you the content it thinks you'll be interested in. But our content here has been a little all over the place. Since the release of Hogwarts Legacy, we've done gameplay live streams for all sorts of different games, tip videos, news videos, secrets videos, and even Let's Play videos. I've covered games like Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Lies of P. I've even played games like Jedi Fallen Order and Baldur's Gate 3. But here's the unfortunate reality. This type of variety content just doesn't work well on YouTube. Things are a little too all over the place, and it makes it difficult for YouTube to know who should see my videos. One day I may post a Hogwarts Legacy news video, and the next a Baldur's Gate 3 Let's Play. And sure, even though there should be some overlap there in terms of audience, in the YouTube world, those are two very different audiences, and people watch those videos for very different amounts of time. A vast majority of the people that click on the Hogwarts Legacy video will not click on the Baldur's Gate video. And so I think I've come up with a solution that will let me keep making the content I love across a few different formats, keep delivering on the videos that you as an audience want to see, and hopefully make things easier for YouTube to know who this channel is for. So here's some changes that I'm making for this year. Number one, Let's Plays will no longer be posted here on RetroRaconteur. Now, I love creating Let's Play content, and I know there's a number of you at least who really enjoy that long-form type of content, but the reality is that that type of content is not what this channel is known for. The people that watch this channel the most are mostly interested in the information. They want the news, they want the tips, they want the secrets, and they just want that information. They don't necessarily want to watch a 2-hour gameplay of me playing Baldur's Gate 3. Now, that being said, the Baldur's Gate 3 episodes I've posted so far will remain here, but all future episodes will be posted to my dedicated Let's Play channel, Retro Plays. Many of the full playthroughs of old Harry Potter games are also over on that channel now, as well as our Astrobot playthrough and our Jedi Fallen Order playthrough. Number 2, trophy hunts. Guys, I love trophy hunting on PlayStation. I've been doing it since they started all the way back in the PS3 era. I currently have 76 platinum trophies and plan on adding a lot more to my collection. Back in 2023, I tried 2 platinum trophy videos here for the LEGO Harry Potter games, but again, this was just yet another content type to further confuse the YouTube algorithm. So I started a new channel entirely dedicated to trophy hunting and gaming videos focused on entertaining you rather than informing you with news or tips. RetroR2 is already closing in on 10,000 subscribers, and I've even had a couple videos go over 200,000 views. These videos will be posted far less frequently because they take so much time to edit. The long-term goal, I'd absolutely love to get to one video every other week, but for now, my goal is to have 2 new trophy videos there each month. Going forward, our gaming live streams will also be over on RetroR2, opposed to the channel you're watching right now. Now, that's not to say I won't still live stream things here occasionally, but it definitely won't be as frequent as it will be over on RetroR2. So where does that leave RetroRaconteur? What's going to happen here on this channel? Well, in some ways, I think I'm going back to where it all began. Let's Plays, live streams, and gaming videos meant to be entertaining will now have their own home and won't be confusing the algorithm here on this channel. This channel will double down on what's worked, focusing on information-driven content like news, rankings, listicles, and secrets. And don't worry, Hogwarts Legacy will obviously remain at the center of that coverage here. All the news, discussions, tips, and theories that we've done on Hogwarts Legacy over the past few years will keep happening right here. Now, some of you may say, why not just focus on Hogwarts Legacy and nothing else here? Honestly, if Retro Plays or RetroR2 were to take off and do really well, then we may be able to do just that. But for now, I need to cover more than just Hogwarts Legacy to make this channel here sustainable. There just isn't enough news around Hogwarts Legacy alone, or even its sequel, to post weekly videos about just that topic. And if you have any thoughts on this, guys, whether it's positive or negative, definitely let me know in the comments below. YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint. Things are always changing. There's always a number of different factors of things going on. So this isn't necessarily the way that things are going to be forever, but for now, at least for the rest of this year, this is the plan, and we'll see what happens. Guys, I can't thank you enough for your support, as always. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.